You saw how Mr. Beast took the challenge that he would go to the world's most haunted jail and spend 24 hours there. Due to this challenge, he went to such a jail where from 1930 till the jail was closed, more than 1,000 people were killed in that jail. 300 people died by burning in fire. It is said that among those 1,000 people, the souls of many people still roam there. When Mr. Beast reached there with his friends saw a black shadow, and Mr. Beast was hearing strange and poor sounds from that place. Now, before moving ahead, if you like our story and you haven't subscribed to Happy Halloween channel yet, then quickly press the subscribe button, and yes, don't forget to press the bell icon. Mr. Beast and all his friends had gathered again in the hall of the jail on their base cam. They shared their experiences on the base cam, and they started getting confirmed that there are some paranormal things in that jail. Due to getting such clear signals, Mr. Beast thought that they should experience that place for some more time. Mr. Beast told everyone that now they will play hauntedness inside that haunted jail so that they can go to different places of that jail. Mr. Beast challenged them that if they find him, then he will give them $2,000. Everyone agreed. Mr. Beast went and hid in a room in the jail, but his friends found him easily. Then he decided that he would go and hide in the solitary confinement, the same Calcotri, which is considered to be the scariest place in the whole jail. After going there, Mr. Beast started recording his reactions that his solitary confinement room seemed very scary, because in it, there was an old iron bed and a dirty toilet besides a soul-tearing silence. As soon as he cut the video, he started feeling a strange sadness, and suddenly he started smelling a very foul smell. It seemed to him as if some animal was rotting. Beast was thinking about this place when suddenly he heard someone calling his name loudly. He thought that his friends had finally found him. So he went to a corner of the cell and turned around so that he could scare them. Then he heard the voice again, but this time the voice was coming from near his ears, which was saying that someone was asking Mr. Beast for help to save him. First, Mr. Beast could not believe his ears at all, but then he started feeling as if there was someone else in that cell besides him. But when he looked through the night vision camera, there was no one there, but that voice was still coming. Mr. Beast could hear this voice clearly. Please help me. He also felt as if some invisible power was standing around him. Mr. Beast was very scared of all this. He was about to leave from there when Chandler and Chris came chasing him, and they all left from there. Despite this incident, Mr. Beast mustered courage and played Headshine a couple of times more, and made videos of that place at different locations where everyone was laughing and joking on camera, but everyone was feeling scared inside. Now the time had come for the last and the most terrifying challenge. Go to James Lockhart's solitary prison and try to talk to his soul. James was 22 years old when he was put in cell number 13 in Ohio's prison. He was accused of murder. He was given 15 years imprisonment, but according to people, James was innocent, and at the same time, he was not able to stay in that jail at all. One day, he took paint thinner from the jail's furniture store and poured it on himself and lit a matchstick. He burnt himself to death inside his cell. It is said that Mr. Beast and his friends reached James's cell. But as soon as they reached near that cell, many pigeons and birds came inside the jail and started making noise by roaming around outside the same cell. Mr. Beast and his team did not think much about them and kept the amp meter and sound recorder on a metal slab and tried to talk to James. They asked him some questions, and suddenly the amp meter started blinking loudly. For safety, they decided to end that communication right there, and they went away from there. Connor pointed out that James's soul was probably not there because sometimes metal can also generate EMF signals, But then the EMF meter started ringing again, and Connor suddenly started feeling cold and suffocated. Everyone made him sit and started asking James's soul questions. When they asked if he was near Connor, and because of him, all this was happening. The EMF meter started blinking so hard as it had never happened before. Connor's eyes started burning and he started feeling even colder. They quickly cut the camera, after which Connor started shivering with fear. The same black shadow started appearing again, and this time Connor could see his face clearly. The horrifying face of a burnt man whose eyes had turned completely black and his head was open. He was slowly coming towards Connor. MrBeast decided that they would spend the rest of the night in the hall and would leave in a few hours when it would be morning. They all put their sleeping bags next to each other and tried to sleep. Meanwhile, MrBeast was trying to understand what had happened to him in solitary confinement and in the hospital hallway. Both of them took a painkiller each and tried to sleep, forgetting everything. Tariq was about to go to sleep after taking a sleeping shot of everyone, when suddenly the walkie-talkie that was switched off started ringing again by itself. A strange sound came from that walkie-talkie. As soon as this sound came, the walkie-talkie switched off by itself. Tariq could not sleep the whole night due to fear. The next morning, he finished the video and went home. MrBeast kept some evidence in the video, and some he could not record because he could not understand whether all this really happened or his mind was playing tricks with him. What do you think? Was all this true? Is Ohio prison really haunted? And will you ever do such a horror challenge? Do tell us in the comments. And yes, Happy Halloween also has to become a very big channel like MrBeast. So subscribe to Happy Halloween quickly